This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Earlier this week, a Maine maritime student was arrested in connection with a string of convenience store robberies. Today, he appeared in court for the first time. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall. Our Alex Schley was in the courtroom and has more.
Scott Dorn appeared in court Friday for his alleged connection to a string of convenience store robberies. According to police, Dorn's first alleged robbery was on January 13th at the Irving gas station on Broadway.
Male individual walked in with a significant right side limp, wearing a ski mask, a jacket, gloves. The male placed a trash bag on the counter, demanded that Mr. Manzo give him all his money. Mr. Manzo asked if the male was serious, and he responded, "I'm dead serious."
According to prosecutors, less than a week later, the Maine maritime student found himself holding up the Big Apple on State Street. Later that evening, he also went back to the Irving on Broadway. Police say Dorn's fourth and final robbery was at the Circle K on Broadway. Shortly thereafter, Dorn was arrested. Officer Samantha Ellis of the Bangor Police Department says she spotted a Chevy Cruze on Griffin Road, matching the description of the one involved in the robberies.
Mr. Dorn was taken into custody, transported to Bangor PD. He waived Miranda and agreed to answer questions. In short, he admitted the course of conduct, saying he suffered from a gambling addiction, blew his money at Hollywood slots.
According to the prosecutor, Dorn claims he took several measures to avoid detection, such as faking a limp and using different knives. The 23-year-old is being held on a $25,000 bail. In Bangor, I'm Alex Schley for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A single father and his 3 children are displaced after their home was destroyed in a fire today. According to the Goldsboro Fire Chief, a passerby called in to report a structure fire at 174 Pond Road. When firefighters arrived on scene, they found a fully involved single-family trailer. Responding crews quickly worked to contain the fire with an exterior attack.
We had a good response time, but short manpower.
Right, so you were getting water on it pretty quick. Water didn't seem it wasn't too much of a problem.
No, water wasn't a problem. The town's all pitched in on that.
Was assisted by Sullivan, Sorrento, Steuben, Millbridge, and Cherryfield fire departments. There are no injuries as a result of this fire, but the family did lose their pets. Investigators, both state and private, have been searching for Colin Airy, a Bucksport man who 8 years ago this Saturday made his last known contact with anyone. Our Doug Banks has the story.
Saturday, January 25th, marks 8 years since the last time anyone had contact with Colin Airy. His disappearance has sparked extensive investigations into his possible whereabouts and how a man beloved by family and friends could simply vanish without a trace.
Until he's found, we're definitely not going to let it go. I mean, unfortunately, most of his family don't believe that he's alive anymore, but they can't stop thinking about him.
Airy is a Bucksport native who today would be 34 years old. According to private investigator Jennifer Dorman, he was last seen at the Brewer Auditorium by his stepfather, David Appleby. But according to Dorman and fellow investigator Jackie Fulton, there's been no evidence found to corroborate this, and further evidence into his disappearance has been scarce. Airy is one of 4 individuals on the Facebook page Justice for the Bucksport 4. On that list includes his mother, Christy, and Fulton says they all have a connection to one person, David Appleby.
I personally, and I know the private investigator, believe that Colin confronted David, and we think that he, frankly, we think he murdered him and disposed of the body.
Despite the passage of time, the search for Colin Airy continues. Anyone with information on his whereabouts are asked to contact the numbers shown on your screen.
When I first found Colin's case, it felt like nobody was looking for him at all. Like he hadn't even been reported missing for a year and a half. And his mom, who would have been looking for him because she really, really loved him, she was already passed away. So it's like, I just think that's really, really tragic, and that's why I don't want to, give up looking for him.
Doug Banks reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Some caregivers in Maine say reforms are needed with state medical marijuana laws. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke with advocates to learn more about what changes may be coming on the horizon.
We're here today to educate lawmakers about cannabis. Since 2011, the Medical Marijuana Caregivers of Maine have held their Outreach Day, as well as been vocal advocates for the medical marijuana industry throughout the legislative sessions. This year, one of their main goals is to look at possible reforms to rules surrounding how their industry is regulated, especially when compared to the adult use recreational market.
We're looking at simplifying the rules. Over the years, there's been many different people that have put in new laws that have had difficulty being implemented. We don't have an updated set of rules.
One reason why they say outreach and advocacy to lawmakers is still needed is because of stigma still associated with the marijuana industry.
It's education, it's outreach, it's talking to your neighbors, it's just making cannabis an everyday thing that's not a scary thing to talk about, and it's the biggest agricultural crop in the state. So it should get a little more respect than we get.
While there are multiple bills that MMCM is keeping an eye on in the 132nd, including surrounding required testing of cannabis products, one currently at their forefront is a 14% excise tax on cannabis products, including medical cannabis, which was spared from the original 10% excise tax on recreational cannabis.
It would be devastating for small businesses, for sure. Anything that adds extra cost to our business is devastating to small businesses right now.
At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Hassan University is ending its pharmacy program. President Lynn Koyagan says a national decline in demand for pharmacy programs led to the decision. 56 students will be impacted. This year's graduating class will be able to finish their degree. Hassan University has entered a new strategic healthcare education agreement with the University of New England, so the other students have a seamless transition option.
We are aligning the curriculums to ensure that graduates will be attracted to those main positions. Hassan is very proud that 71% of our graduates return to the Maine workforce, and I know University of New England is equally committed to Maine healthcare.
UNE President James Herbert say they are well aware of the shortage of healthcare professionals across Maine, and their students are learning and ultimately working in healthcare settings in every corner of the state. Corrections officers over at the Penobscot County Jail say they're finding success stories in a place you might not expect. According to jail administrators, last year the kitchen prepared more than 170,000 meals, many of which were made by incarcerated individuals. The county jail food service program is giving inmates a chance to gain skills in the kitchen that they can take with them after their time served. The sheriff's office says the goal is to allow them to experience a normal work environment while helping provide nutritious meals for hundreds of inmates. Sentenced individuals can even earn additional time off their sentences.
We have a lot of good success stories of inmates getting out, doing better, and learning how to cook in here and staying out of jail. And then sometimes we get a couple of repeat offenders that come right back in and go right back into the working environment in the kitchen, knowing what they're doing, and makes the job go smoother.
The sheriff's office says the service also does not place a burden on the budget. The kitchen prepares 3 meals a day at a cost of less than $2 per meal through the Public Works program. The food service is managed by certified cooks who are also trained correctional staff, and the menu is approved by a certified dietitian. Well, a Bar Harbor restaurant could receive a prestigious recognition. Our Callie Warren sat down with the owner of Havana, a Latin American restaurant that was named a James Beard Award semi-finalist.
So a lot of the James Beard Awards are regional. This one is for the entire country.
Michael Boland opened Bar Harbor's Havana in 1999. Now the restaurant is up for a James Beard Award, a nationally renowned recognition.
And when I look at the other restaurants, some of them are restaurants that I've always wanted to go to, I've read about, and so I find myself in their company. I will admit to having a bit of that imposter syndrome.
Boland says the semifinalist status is a team effort.
So I found myself having to text an awful lot of people and thank them for their contributions over the years.
As one of few fine dining restaurants in the area,
We are white tablecloth. That's a rarity in Bar Harbor.
Havana offers food for all dietary preferences with a focus on local, sustainable ingredients and a more accessible price point than typical fine dining.
We think we're really fairly priced. We've kept it that way.
Havana is currently open from 4 to 9 p.m. from Wednesday to Sunday until February 16th. The establishment will reopen for the busy season in April.
Make some reservations now. If we get into the finalists or we're even lucky enough to win, I think we're going to be getting a lot of calls.
In Bar Harbor, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, let's turn things over to get a first look at that forecast.
Thank you very much, Devin. Another cold night last night, starting off this morning with lows right around 2 degrees below zero here in Bangor. We did see some areas above zero along our coastal regions, but if you do go up north Clayton Lake, you guys were 16 degrees below zero for today. But we've seen colder, right? So not too bad. But other than that, we did see a few flurries out there just north of Bangor, and with those partly cloudy skies, those clouds are now decreasing. So a little bit of sunshine before we go into sunset for tonight. Now we see high temperatures out there right around 23 degrees here in Bangor, 28 in Bar Harbor, 27 in Rockland, so lots of mid-20s and even some low 30s in the coastal regions down the southwestern portion of the state. But we did see those cooler temperatures once again right around the mid-teens for Greenville and Clayton Lake up in the northern portion of the state. We will have some calming winds out there for tonight and clear skies once again, so our lows for tonight will be back in the negatives. Expect our low tonight to be right around -3 degrees. Devin?
Thank you, Chase. Coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, we'll be taking a look at some of your national news.
This intrigued me a little more into the engine side of things. And being able to be hands-on at all times makes it the funnest.
It's the Furniture Gallery's anniversary sale. Celebrate with us and save big. Queen mattresses as low as $198. Want to recline? Recliners start at just $298. Or upgrade to a power recliner for just $398. Reclining sofa and recliner, just $998. The Furniture Gallery anniversary prices don't stop there. Refresh your living room. Sofas starting at just $448. Complete your bedroom, 5-piece set for only $898. Support our main family-owned business and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Coastal Auto Parts Lincoln, High Street Market, Ireland's Rubbish Service Incorporated, Lincoln Power Sports, Lincoln Smiles Dentistry, and Lynx Energy and Nutrition.
Incoming dishes! Doc! Dawn Power Wash flies through 99% of grease and grime in half the time.
Yeah, it absorbs grease 5 times faster. Even replaces multiple cleaning products.
Ooh, those suds got game.
Dawn Power Wash, the better grease getter.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. One of our clients was badly injured in a hit and run. I was able to work with the police and the DA's office to get him a $500,000 settlement. If you've been hurt by a drunk driver, I'm your go-to guy.
Being able to take care of myself in the wilderness, you really get the full experience of what your future might look like.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back. President Trump expanding his talk on tariffs, telling world business leaders if their products are not made in the U.S., they will be taxed. Trump claims the extra money will bring in billions of dollars to the United States, but the question remains over who will pay the bill. ABC's Perry Russum is in Washington.
This morning, President Trump threatening blanket tariffs on products not made in the U.S.
If you don't make your product in America, which is your prerogative, then very simply you will have to pay a tariff.
Trump speaking remotely to business leaders from around the world, gathering at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland.
My message to every business in the world is very simple. Come make your product in America, and we will give you among the lowest taxes of any nation on earth.
Trump is threatening tariffs on America's top trading partners, Mexico and Canada.
We're thinking in terms of 25% on Mexico and Canada because they're allowing
vast numbers of people. Canada's a very bad abuser also. Vast numbers of people to come in and fentanyl to come in.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says if Trump imposes tariffs on Canada, two things will happen.
One, Canada will have a strong, robust response, because we don't want this, but we will respond if necessary. And two, prices for American consumers on just about everything will go up.
The premier of oil-rich Alberta, Canada warning Americans in some states could pay $1 per gallon more for gas if Trump puts tariffs on Canadian oil. Trump also demanding the Federal Reserve drop interest rates immediately.
And likewise, they should be dropping all over the world.
One financial expert with a warning.
I think there's going to be a disconnect between what the president wants, which obviously is lower rates. He thinks that's going to grow the economy. And the flip side of that, if they lower rates too aggressively, inflation's going to come back really aggressively.
Trump cannot just demand interest rates to drop and it happens. It's up to the Federal Reserve to determine when to raise and lower rates. Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
Still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, the mother who will represent Maine at the 90th National Convention of American Mothers has been announced. And in sports, the Hamden girls have won 5 straight games and are looking to finish the regular season strong. That story is right after the break.
For 3 years in a row, Chevy has earned more J.D. Power Initial Quality Awards than any other brand. Whether it's a high-tech SUV, the all-electric Equinox EV, or a truck for work or play, Chevy is America's most awarded brand for new vehicle quality. Current Chevy owners can get $3,000 cash allowance on all 2024 Tahoe and Suburban models. Visit your Maine Chevy dealers.
What's happening at the Penobscot Ice Arena?
Youth hockey leagues. Public skating. Stick and puck. Birthday party.
Adult hockey leagues.
Frozen Friday laser light skate.
Lace up your skates today at Penobscot Ice Arena in Brewer. For more info, visit penobscoticearena.org.
Mainers know the toughest battles aren't won overnight. And when it comes to quitting smoking or vaping, it may take many tries to get it right. The Maine Quit Link provides the tools you need to stay on track. Free gum, patches and lozenges, plus customized plans to fit your life. No insurance, no copay, no cost to Mainers. No matter how long you've smoked or vaped, quitting is possible. The Maine Quit Link is proven to work and can increase your chance of success. Quit like a Mainer. Enroll online at mainquitlink.com or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Rowell's Garage has been serving customers in the greater Dover-Foxcroft region since 1946. Our goal is not just selling you a vehicle, but also giving you quality service to maintain your vehicle at peak performance. Browse our inventory online or in person. Whether it's a car, truck, or SUV, we can put you in the vehicle that is right for you. Sales, service, and parts. Rowell's Garage, doing business the right way every day.
Put a little more cash in your bank. Save money with half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We'll start with some basketball. The Hamden Academy girls have won 5 straight, and they are led by a trio of sophomores. They're this week's Hardwood Spotlight, and our Jack Webb has more.
Well, as Nick says, 1% better every day.
The Hamden Academy girls have won 5 straight and are looking to play a full 32 come February.
We're just going to have to be able to execute for 32 minutes. I think we can execute for like 24, but we really got to hit that full 32 and just come out ready to play every game.
We're still making some consistency mistakes. Like, we'll play great in stretches where we went on a 17-0 run against Skowhegan the other night, and then in the second half scored 5 points and 6 points in the third and fourth quarters.
That can happen with a young team. Hamden has 3 sophomores in the starting lineup, but luckily for the Broncos, these aren't your ordinary 10th graders.
Well, these guys have played a ton of basketball, both together and individually, so they have a bunch of basketball experience.
You know, we got the core
core trio right here.
Is this a situation where you guys came up together? Like, have you guys known each other for a while?
Yeah.
You've been playing basketball?
Yeah, we played at AU 4th grade, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3-4 Lumberjacks.
The trio believed in themselves, but say their success came earlier than expected.
Not at all.
We came really fast, and it's just been so surreal. It's been amazing to have this experience.
Even with the early success, this group isn't satisfied.
I think we just need to keep working as hard and even harder than we are right now, and just keep being consistent and doing what we're doing, but also taking it up a notch.
But the glue that keeps this Broncos team together is their lone senior Caitlin Murphy, who's the ultimate leader by putting the program above herself.
She's been a fantastic leader, both on the court and off the court, specifically in practice. She's one of the vocal leaders of this group.
I get to help them be ready for the next couple of years when I'm gone. I think being able to put them in a position where they get to develop and learn as they go on, and that way they can be successful after.
The Broncos look to extend that win streak tonight, hosting Nokomis. On to some football now. A former Black Bears offensive coordinator is now an NFL head coach. Congratulations to Liam Cohen. Cohen taking the Jaguars job after working as the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers last season. He first turned down that Jags job before owner Shad Khan fired their general manager. Cohen is a Rhode Island native who spent 1 year in Maine in 2016 as their offensive coordinator. He then jumped back and forth between the LA Rams and the University of Kentucky before spending a year in Tampa, where the Bucs ranked 3rd in the league in yards per game in 2024. And it is almost tournament time in the high school hoop scene. We will be back for Week 7 of Friday Night Fast Break later on tonight at 10 on Fox 22. Doug Banks, Jack Webb, and I have several games to bring you, along with scores, standings, breakdowns, and more. Only a few of these left until tournament time, so you won't want to miss it. Again, 10 p.m. on Fox 22. That is all the time we have for sports. Here's Chase Ropenack with your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you very much, Tyler. Out there for this morning, another cold start to the day, 2 degrees below zero here in Bangor. But if you were up in Clayton Lake, you guys were a lot cooler, right around 16 degrees below zero. Greenville actually had a little bit of a warm spot this morning. They were above zero, 7 degrees to start off your morning, and coastal areas a little bit above zero as well. But still a very cold start to the morning for much of us here in the state of Maine. Highs today did get pretty nice out there, though. 23 degrees here in Bangor, a little bit of sunshine out there, and we did see those upper 20s to low 30s along the coastline. Other than that, it was another cool day up north, and that's where we saw a few snow showers out there as well. Millinock at 19, Holton 18, Clayton Lake at 15, and same for you in Greenville. So you guys had a much cooler day with highs only in the mid-teens. We're going to do it again tonight. Mostly clear skies. The clouds are going to move out this afternoon, and we're going to have some calm winds out there once again. After a pretty breezy afternoon, we'll have lows near 0 degrees again. Most likely get into those negatives, just drop to right around -3. Another cold night near Clayton Lake. The models are not agreeing with it, but we do know they will see some cold temperatures in the low to mid-teens, below zero once again. And then in the southwestern portion of the state, lots of temperatures right around zero, maybe a few degrees above. But other than that, going into tomorrow, mostly sunny skies, so that'll be nice, but a little bit cooler. We'll see those highs right around the low 20s for tomorrow, mid-20s by the coastal regions, and once again, low to mid-teens for your highs up near the Clayton Lake and Greenville region. All right, average high this time of year, 27 degrees. We will be below that for tomorrow, but a little bit above for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Those highs are going to be back into those low 30s. Wednesday, though, is when we'll have a cold front move through. We'll see that high right around 20 degrees, 11 for the high on Thursday, so most of the day spent in the single digits. And then Friday, we'll see that high right around 15 degrees then, still well below average. All right, winds out there right now, as we saw, this afternoon, a little bit of a breeze. They're starting to slow down a little bit now, but still 13 miles per hour sustained here in Bangor. We see that for Waterville, Augusta as well. Everywhere in that area, right around 15 miles per hour wind speeds. And then Millinocket and throughout the center of the state, still a little bit calmer, right around 5 to 10 miles per hour is what you're seeing. Other than that, tonight the winds are going to be a lot more calm all across the state. But a few flurries just to the north and northeast portions of Bangor for today. We didn't really see much of that here in town, though. We stayed actually a little bit more sunny and dry, and that's what we see for much of the southwestern portion of the state as well. There is a little bit of weather on the way, though. It does look like it's going to be coming in Sunday. For your Saturday, though, we're still going to see very sunny skies. There will be some clouds starting to increase in the afternoon afternoon from the west. The southwestern portion of the state will see that first, and then they will also dissipate a little bit then going into Saturday night. But here is that snow making its way across the state for Sunday. It's still going to be very scattered, but we do have a chance for some of that snow to make it into our region, bring in some bursts of snow that could drop right around a half an inch to an inch possible for Sunday afternoon into Sunday night. But for tonight, we're staying dry, low right around -3 degrees with those mostly clear skies. And for tomorrow, highs back into the low 20s with lots of sunshine for tomorrow. And here's a look at your extended forecast. We got snow chances for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Those highs will be in the low 30s with that cold front heading Wednesday. The high then will be right around 20 degrees. Devin?
Thank you, Chase. There is still more to come after the break. Stay with us.
At Old Town Redemption Center, we are always ready to help with any fundraisers or bottle drives. We are here to help our community. Like and follow us on Facebook for upcoming weekly holiday giveaways and our monthly $100 drawing.
The most important thing is family. AAA shares the same family values. For over 100 years, AAA has been providing legendary service and has helped what it values most, its members. Join our family, and you could save on your auto insurance policy with our competitive pricing. We offer you our support when you need it, whether it's questions about your policy or with our most trusted roadside assistance service. Visit AAA.com/insurance and find out how much you could save.
Get this low mileage lease on this 2025 Cadillac XT5 for around $499 per month. Visit Court Cadillac in Bangor.
I don't often sit down, but when I do, I prefer a Flex Steel recliner.
The world's most fascinating Furniture Man recliners have been used by dignitaries to sit and discuss world issues. But he'll tell you that the most important people that use them are people like you and I. We have much more important issues, like being comfortable for the big game. Before you buy a recliner, check Dorsey's quality and price. Dorsey Furniture, Route 1A Holden, open 7 days a week until 5 p.m.
Be comfortable, my friends.
At Old Town Redemption Center, we are always ready to help with any fundraisers or bottle drives. We are here to help our community. Like and follow us on Facebook for upcoming weekly holiday giveaways and our monthly $100 drawing.
The University of Maine celebrated new teacher candidates this afternoon. A pinning ceremony was held for students that have shown a commitment to becoming a teacher. Faith Erhard, Assistant Dean of the College of Education, says the pin itself signifies a milestone.
They've been out in the field, in classrooms, observing. They've taken some foundational education courses, and this is the point where they commit to the major.
Like many states, Maine faces challenges with recruiting and retaining people to work in K-12 schools, which has been contributed to a shortage of qualified teachers. The statement says the University of Maine system graduates the most classroom-ready teachers in the state. Well, when it comes to moms, it's hard to pick the best. For some anyway. Not me. Mine's the best. But one has to be chosen as the 2025 Maine Mother of the Year. Oakland resident Monica Wilcox Charette is the founder and executive director of the Shine on Cass Foundation. It's a nonprofit created 10 years ago to carry on the legacy of her 17-year-old daughter Cassidy, who died in a hayride accident. According to American Mothers, Inc., Charette has used the platform to champion youth mentoring, animal welfare, youth literacy, provide scholarships for athletes, music, and art, establish awards for service-focused high school students in Central Maine. She and her son Colby co-host a podcast to support bereaved families. Monica will represent Maine at the 90th National Convention of American Mothers in San Juan, Puerto Rico in April. And that does it for tonight. From all of us here at ABC 7, we hope you have a great rest of your evening. But for more of your local news, you can join us over on Fox 22 News Tonight at 6:30.
Tonight, the confirmation battle over President Trump's controversial pick to lead.
You just said to me 2 seconds ago. You told me 2 seconds ago she allowed the tree branch to die. She should have notified me that it was dead. You just said that to me a moment ago.
After it died.
All right. You have to fix your fence on the rabbit hutch? Yes. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount requested, $600. We're finished here.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And on the next Judge Judy.
My opinion's the only one that counts.
Well, naturally, I'm happy because I won, but
I think it's ridiculous.
the mistake they were making, it wasn't a branch, it was a whole tree trunk fell.
I think she could have trimmed the tree branch a long time ago.
But that's okay if he thinks it was a scrub oak and it wasn't rotten. That's good.
She let the storm damage it, fall in her yard, and she let it lay there and rot for months.
My son has the weather report for that day. No rain.
She didn't need permission to trim. I mean, it's on her yard. She could have trimmed it. Could have been done with a long time ago.
He didn't give a damn.
Nah, we're still neighbors. I mean, we got to get along.
Well, I've already given him notice that he's got rotten trees he needs to take care of, so
There's no hard feelings to her.
in the event it happens again, I guess we'll be back.
You know, maybe next time we can have some better communication.
I like Judge Judy.
Coming up, a man Bangor police described as a serial robber makes his first appearance in court. Plus, we'll sit down with a microeconomics professor from the University of Maine to learn how you can avoid lies with statistics. And a Bar Harbor restaurant is a semifinalist for the highly coveted James Beard Award. Those stories and much more just ahead.
This is Fox 22 News Tonight.
Earlier this week, a Maine Maritime Academy student was arrested in connection with a string of convenience store robberies. Today, he appeared in court for the first time. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. I'm Devin Dagnall. Our Alex Schley was in the courtroom and has more.
Scott Doran appeared in court Friday for his alleged connection to a string of convenience store robberies. According to police, Doran's first alleged robbery was on January 13th at the Irving gas station on Broadway.
Male individual walked in with a significant right side limp, wearing a ski mask, a jacket, gloves. The male